the duality or the polarity between heroes and villains starts to create some problems in adulthood. There are aspects of every human being that Carl Jung called shadow, or that are things that we consider negative, stuff that we hide or don't want people to know about, and we wear multiple faces, thousands of faces sometimes, to hide showing some of those other faces. And that what I refer to when I say an anti-hero is someone who's done some of the work to integrate that shadow aspect, that recognizes that the capacity to be both hero and villain is the range available to every human being out there, from the most saintly to the most devilish, and that we have to figure out ways to bring in those aspects of ourselves that aren't destructive and violent and require a suppression and war and those sorts of things, where if I don't do the work on myself to recognize what's my own inner villain like, there tends to be this thing that Jung called projection, where I put that onto somebody who resembles that aspect of myself much more strongly, and then I hate them and I decide that I don't want to be around them, or we need to destroy them or eradicate them, or whatever case might be. So, on a particular day, I may look very heroic, and then on another day, I might look really villainous. And what am I supposed to do with that? Just pretend that that day didn't happen? How do I bring all of the aspects of what it is to be me to bear in a way that makes me whole and healthy and well, and doesn't involve all of the complexes and problems that psychology's attempted to address whenever we suppress that shadow aspect and just project it onto others? And that's just at an individual level. There's also the familial level and the societal level and the collective levels, and it just, ripple effects happen throughout the whole thing. But I think once you start to integrate all aspects of who you are, you start to resemble a bit more complex character who's a lot more fun and a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah, I really love your explanation of that, because you really dig into something that I don't think is discussed as often as it should be, which is the fact that we grow up in a society that teaches us to try to be as good of a person as possible. But inevitably, we are complex people, and we will end up doing things that even we think are good, but to other people are bad.